Campers, who's excited to be at Camp Constitution? All right. This is the first challenge of your intellect for this week. We are going to take a entrance quiz. And here to tell us what we are going to do is our longtime program director. If you've been here before, you know her well. She has been preparing the academic program for our camp for many, many years, ever since its inception and even before. And let's give a great warm welcome to Mrs. Harper.
Okay, that'll about do it. Thank you. Thank you. As you know, this is quiz night, and we have an entrance quiz. It has 26 possible answers, and I will tell you right off the bat that you'll be filling in a lot of circles. It's all about the Declaration and the Constitution. That is, I'm not limiting them, I'm limiting it. Every question on here is something to do with the Declaration or Constitution, and they're not really questions. What they are is statements, mostly word for word, but sometimes they're in brackets, meaning that they're like a paraphrase. But there's no trick about it, except that some of them are blatantly false. If you mark, and what you're supposed to do is anything that is correct in reading this and following on, if it appears to be, and you believe it is, a correct statement from whichever document, the first couple are the Declaration, and from there on it's Constitution, and one for the Bill of Rights. Fill in the circle if it's true. If something about it says, I don't think that's the way things ought to be, I don't think that's the way they are, I think that's not true, don't fill it in. And the reason I want to emphasize that is that you can get 5 points for every correct answer you give. But if you give an incorrect answer, you lose 10 points. So you have to be cautious. Now, it's totally fair, because if you were to answer, say, 3 to 7 or whatever number of wrong wrong things there are on here, if you were to answer all of those positively, it would mean you have no clue what's really going on in the Constitution and the Declaration. Do you follow the logic?
Yeah.
Okay, so be careful. If it makes sense, it's good, and it's true, and it's not merely something that you may have heard somebody say, it'll probably work. So what works for you here, just one little hint. If it's written in elegant English, even if you don't know a couple of the words, I didn't trick you by swapping out. If it's written in elegant English, as would appear in those documents, then probably, most likely, it's safe to fill it in. But if it sounds like propaganda or something, then probably it's unconstitutional or not in line with the Declaration or whatever. So I will tell you that there's more possibilities for getting your right answers, and there's even a built-in 5% extra credit. So if you do everything perfectly, you could get 105. If you mistake, if you got everything wrong, you could get about a negative 50. But I don't expect you to be doing everything wrong. Many of you are veteran campers, but even the new people, I think I've given you enough clues so that you'll do this properly. But just one other thing I'd like to do, because it won't take you long, I think, to read. It's just one sheet, so you'll be filling in your first and last name and your cabin or room number, whatever you need there, your name, cabin name and number or letter. So you'll have plenty of time, because we're going to have the rest of this 50 minutes, and we will move downstairs no more than 4 of you to a table. And one other little thing that we were thinking of doing, you know how we have all these contests like the cabin contest and so on? There's a couple of things going on here. If you're a girl and you want to score for the girls, be very careful and fill them in appropriately. If you're a boy and want to score for the boys, likewise. This time, for the first time in a number of years, the test is in no way related to advanced classes. All the classes are advanced this year, and they're all right here, and we'll all be at all of them. That's the idea. So don't say, well, I want to get some wrong so I don't have to be with the smart kids, or whatever. You're all smart, and you're getting smarter this week, and so do your very level best on this, because it could count as points for your cabin or points for whatever. Okay? Any questions? So I will be downstairs shortly with, yes, Andrew.
Once we finish, are we going to have, or what are we to do when we finish?
I believe we have flagpole, Mr. Shirtliff.
We have flagpole. Look at your schedule. You all got a schedule. What's it say?
Alright.
What's your schedule say? Come on, first person.
According to my he
What does it
notes,
say?
flagpole at 7:20.
Okay, where's the flagpole? And when it says 7:20, what does that mean? All right, you got it. All right. So
And
you take your quiz. You get time to throw the football, throw a frisbee.
Yeah, if you have a little spare time, you can do something on the way down.
then there will be orientation back here after flagpole.
7:45,
Yeah.
which means you're here. What time?
7:30.
40.
7:30. Oh, someone's bugging for super camper.
Hey, I was.
7:40.
My dad taught me 15 minutes early gets me to appointments on time.
Oh, okay. That's true if you have to travel. When you're already in the same general
So-
space, probably 5 minutes.
So what Mrs. Harper and I will do is have your quizzes for you down below, downstairs, okay? And as Mrs. Harper had mentioned, we're having no more than 4 campers to a table.
Oh, and you will use
Yes.
pencils. We will be grading with pens. You will be working with pencils. And I'd say just be cautious. Don't be filling in things too fast. And that way you probably won't fill in one of those, you don't want to fill in the potholes in this one, or fall in the potholes.
And please write your names completely and neatly.
Yes.
Mrs.
Right
Harper
around.
does not like guessing. Do we have anything else?
No, I think
Okay.
that's, so we'll reassemble downstairs around the tables, 4 to a table. Wait, we have a question.
You mentioned how we have to write neatly. My best handwriting is comparable to a chicken scratching on grass.
Okay, do
Get-
the best you can
Get
for an ordinary old lady to figure out.
Get the
Now, I'll
neatest
say
chicken
that I
from
did
your
teach-
barn. All right. So,
I did teach school, even public school, so I've seen chicken scratching before.
okay, we can go down. We can go down.